Hi everyone, my name is Paige Tanner. Just 6 weeks after giving birth to my beautiful daughter Emma, I got into a terrible car accident. I broke my spine, both legs, and was fighting for my life in the ICU. While I was lying there in unbearable pain, I begged my parents, "Please take care of Emma for a few weeks until I recover." You know what my own mother said? "We're not raising your mistake. Figure it out yourself." My parents refused to take my newborn baby. I was completely broken, not just physically, but emotionally. What happened next? No one could have predicted. I had no choice. I was stuck in the hospital bed for months. So from that hospital bed, I hired a professional caretaker for Emma. It cost me $4,500 every single month for 9 long years. Do the math. That's $486,000 of my hard-earned money. I was a senior financial analyst. I worked day and night, even while recovering, just so my daughter could have proper care. During these 9 years, my parents barely visited. They never apologized. They never offered help. They just lived their normal life while I was struggling alone with pain, depression, and raising a child without any family support. I kept sending them money too, thinking they had health issues. Little did I know, one random afternoon, almost 9 years later, I was finally recovering well. I was at the hospital for a routine checkup with Emma. Suddenly, the door opened. It was my grandpa. I hadn't seen him in years. He was 82 years old, living in a small town. Everyone thought he was just a retired, ordinary man. He walked in slowly, looked at Emma, then looked at me, and his eyes filled with tears. He said in a calm but powerful voice, "Paige, I know everything, Grandpa." Sat down and told me something that changed my life forever. For the last 9 years, he had been quietly watching everything. He knew my parents refused to help. He knew I was sending them thousands of dollars thinking they were sick. But here's what nobody knew. My grandpa had been a very successful businessman in his younger days. He had saved and invested quietly for decades. That day he did 3 things. He transferred $750,000 directly into my account for Emma's future and my recovery. He gave my parents a legal notice. They had to return every single dollar I had sent them in the last 9 years. Most importantly, he looked at my parents, who had also come to the hospital that day, and said, "You abandoned your own blood when she needed you the most. Today, I'm adopting Paige and Emma as my legal heirs. You both are dead to us from now on." The look on my parents' faces, I will never forget it. Today, Emma is 9 years old. She calls my grandpa Super Dad, and I finally have the family I always prayed for. If you have parents who stood by you in your darkest time, please appreciate them. And if you've been betrayed by family, just remember, sometimes the person you thought was the weakest turns out to be your biggest savior. Grandpa didn't just save us financially. He restored our faith in family. Like and share if you believe family isn't always blood. Sometimes it's the one who shows up when no one else does.